Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of my video project. In this video I'll be discussing my extended self, my private self, and my conceptual self. So we are going back to the PowerPoint for my extended self, and the first photo that I'm going to show for my extended self is obviously not a picture of me. And just a reminder, the extended self is the self of memory and anticipation, the self existing outside of the present moment. These include specific experiences, and I've chosen experiences that have influenced me as a person, and also some of the regular activities that I'm involved in. So the first image here is an image from my sophomore service experience. No photo of me really encompass this experience, so this is why I've chosen this particular photo. And obviously this was my sophomore year of high school. I was required to work at an agency for 8 weeks, and I was assigned to TJ Middle School in Louisville. I worked with ESL students, and some of my favorite students from this experience are featured here. This experience really made me realize what I wanted to do with my life. I loved coming there and working with the students, and I realized that I wanted a job that I would be excited to come to work every day, and I felt like teaching would have been the best choice for me. I originally wanted to be a middle school social studies teacher as a result of this experience. However, what made me want to go into special education was this experience, which is my senior year of high school. We were required to do a service project in groups. Mine was focused on visually impaired children. This is a photo of my group and one of the students we worked with at Kentucky School for the Blind. The whole experience of the service project was about 114 hours of work, and it lasted for about 9 months. Working with the children at VIPS and the children at KSB really influenced my decision to go into special education. My third image is representing my high school experience. I went to Mercy Academy, which is an all-girls Catholic high school in Louisville. When I started high school, I was very shy and I didn't have many friends. I had come from being bullied at my primary school, and Mercy really brought me out of my shell. I made awesome friends and was challenged academically. It prepared me for college and life. I got some unique experiences through spiritual retreats and traveling to New York City. Also through the service program, as I've mentioned, I got to help others and I realized who I wanted to be someday. It helped mold me into the person I am today and who I am becoming. Another really important experience for me was going to conference my freshman year of college. I presented my Honors 104 research project, and this was a big step for me because it was really outside of my comfort zone. It gave me my first big push into the professional world, and it was a big bonding experience for me and all the other freshmen who went with me. That experience is going to prepare me for the real world when I may present research for the education field, and it's really encouraged me to keep doing research, and that's only going to benefit me as a student and as a person. My last image on the PowerPoint is a picture from last year's Crimson Crew, and I'm using this photo to represent just the various organizations that I am in on campus. Between Crimson Crew and Honors Program, and I'm in a few other things as well, but I won't mention that. I've already obviously discussed these organizations in vivid detail, but I want to say that the memories of these organizations and friendships I've made are obviously a big part of my extended self because it's really, like I said, impacted my college experience. So now we're finally going to transition over to Pinterest, and this also reflects a few aspects of my extended self. The boards that I have on here really reflect my future goals. Obviously my top 3 would be marriage, so I have a wedding ideas board. I have a mother board, so tips about mothering and being a parent. And I also have a teaching board, which is one of my favorites. Tips and tricks about how to teach different subjects, stuff that I should know being a teacher, or ways I can create a really good classroom environment. So that obviously reflects my future goals. Also talking about I've got like a workout type area to like work on my fitness goals, and I'm about building up professional wardrobes, and possibly doing fundraising ideas for HipStep, just different ideas and goals that I have for myself in the future and for the present. Also, in thinking about Pinterest, if you didn't really explain what Pinterest is, obviously if you've never seen Pinterest before, it is a social media site where you collect pictures. You have a news feed like this, and you can collect pictures and you can pin them onto boards that you create for yourself. And this is a good time to mention, talk about Smith and Watson here, because I really think that some of the things that are on my newsfeed from Pinterest and what people are pinning are definitely reflective of societal norms. So, like Smith and Watson they talk about getting a life, and they talk about showing other people a life. Well, Pinterest is really about, a lot of people use it for future goals and future ideas like weddings and motherhood, like I said. So people are, what Smith and Watson are talking about, like obsessed with getting a life, showing these are the kind of things I can do when I get this life that I want, or this is what I can do to make my life better. So you can see people pinning stuff like for babies and a lot of food stuff. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. And let's see, some other things. So like most of the stuff I see a lot of times, like decorations for when people get houses, 10 marriage tips every wife needs to hear, just different things for people who are, it's just things that people think they need for their lives. So new clothes, things for their future wedding, just anything on here. Makeup, beauty stuff, just really reflective of what society thinks is important. Now I'm going to move into my private self, and Pinterest is also really reflective of my private self because I have some boards on here that should probably be set to private but aren't. That is an option on Pinterest. You can make private boards that no one will see, so you don't flood their newsfeed with whatever particular thing you're obsessed with that day. For me, my private boards would definitely be, where we go. I've got a dream vacation board, so places I would really like to go to someday. My big one is obviously this one, my Nancy Drew Pinterest board. I've had it set to this acronym, so people don't really know what it is, but it's basically my obsession with a PC game series, Nancy Drew, which is based on that book series I liked as a kid. So that is something that like I said, I am nerding over. That maybe should be a private board, but isn't. I also have a bird watching board, and my other favorite board is this one, which is inspiration. And this one really reflects a private part of myself because it's mostly like beautiful scenery and places that I feel could inspire me to write poetry or prose again. I used to do it a lot in high school, but at college I'm doing more academic writing. So this board is kind of my like hope to return back to that type of writing and get back into it again. Finally, my conceptual self, which Ekin describes as extremely diverse forms of self-information. I feel like throughout this project I've really shown different aspects of my private and conceptual self because I've been showing the ways that I've been leaking my private self all over the internet through Facebook and Pinterest. But another example I could show from Facebook is the quizzes that I like to take and things that I post like this, which is these BuzzFeed, Huffington Post type things like struggles every woman knows too well. I also post a lot of quizzes. This is mostly what I'm doing on Facebook nowadays, is reading these blog posts and taking quizzes. and I feel like that's becoming true for a lot of people. But I feel like quizzes often reflect aspects of my personality. So, like, what Greek goddess am I? I got Artemis, which says that I'm, popular, chase dreams, and let nothing stand in the way of my goals and accomplishments. So some of that I would say is true. Maybe not the popular part, but and also what classic novel describes your life, Pride and Prejudice. So like I take a lot of these quizzes, and I feel like a lot of those could reflect different aspects of my personality as well. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I'm really interested to see what you all think about my project, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thanks. So my final conclusions, overall, I believe that Facebook and Pinterest show how I express each of myself to the world. And I think that subconsciously I am showing aspects of my private self and who I am. And I also am kind of showing the world based on Smith and Watson's ideas about culture that I kind of am showing that I am obsessed with getting a life. I'm obsessed with becoming a teacher and becoming this person that I want to be. But I'm also obsessed with showing the person that I am now. And I think that, that's plausible, and that is what I am doing, even if it, even consciously a little bit, because I do love the place I'm at right now, and am building blocks for a better future. I also think that we should obviously be careful about what we reveal about ourselves online. I'm probably revealing a little too much about myself sometimes, and I'll have to work on that more and more as I get older. But overall, I view this idea of an online autobiography as a positive. And that's my project.